Hey folks, Sean here, and in this episode, I want to talk to you about why it is so critical to make it very easy for your prospects to understand whatever it is you're selling so that they can buy it. Now, this applies to all SaaS businesses, but especially micro SaaS. For those of us that are working on these low-touch SaaS products, we need to make it painfully clear and obvious what our product is, the problem that it solves, so folks can quickly and easily figure out whether or not they need it and how to get started with it. So I recently went through an experience where I was looking for a substitute for a product that I was currently using that was giving me some problems. I was using this AI noise canceling software and I use it to record these episodes and the other content that I produce. It works relatively well, but I ran into a problem with it. Long story short, that continued to become more frustrating. The product eventually stopped working and I needed a replacement. So in that moment, which is something that happens for the prospects for your B2B SaaS products as well too, in that market in particular, they're going to have these events, and these events are going to increase the probability that they're going to go fish in terms of looking for an alternative solution to whatever it was they were currently using. Now, it's in these moments when it's really up to you in terms of how easy is it for them to find you and then figure out whether or not you can solve their problem. In this instance, I did a little bit of searching and I found some alternatives. I found one that I was like, all right, let's try this one. I landed on the website for said product and I could not figure out for the life of me what to do next. There were so many options in the menu. There was services, there was products, there was all kinds of stuff. The homepage was fairly generic and ambiguous, which didn't enable me to figure out really where to go next or if I was even in the right spot. So all of that led to ultimately me not taking a next step with them. And I went back to the original product. And this happens a lot with prospects that can't quite figure out how to get what they need from someone else when it ultimately comes to them having a desire to want to switch for one reason or another. Here's what you need to do to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. First and foremost, you really need to simplify your sales and marketing, especially any of those assets like your website and your landing pages. Be crystal clear about who you are, what problem you solve, how you solve it, and then the next step that people can take in order to get started with it. This is why I'm a huge advocate for one call to action on your website and landing pages. Mine, on my pages, there might be a button that takes you a different section of the page, like see pricing, for example, but all of the other ones, they get you started with a free trial, and they all say the same thing, and they all go to the same place. That makes it infinitely easier for folks to know where to go and what to do next. On top of that, your landing page needs to speak to your target market prospect buyer persona to give them the answers to their most pressing questions as quickly and easily and efficiently as possible. Right at the top, I love above the fold stuff that just says, here's what we are, right? That helps give them a mental sanity check. Am I in the right place? Is this what I was looking for? If it was, great, keep moving. Then it's, what problem do you solve? Do you experience this frustrating thing? Well, good news is we've built our product to solve that problem. Here's how it works. Or start talking about social proof or how other people can get the kind of benefits that you're hoping to get from a product that solves the problem that you have. And if you design your websites, landing pages in this way, it will maximize your conversions, as in you will have the highest probability and higher percentages of folks landing on that page that are the right person or buyer persona taking the next step that you want them to take. But if there are too many places for them to go or wherever they land is too ambiguous and they can't figure it out, people are going to get frustrated and they're going to quit just like I did. So make sure this doesn't happen to you by simplifying this process and making sure that you are clearly communicating who you are, what you do, why that's important to who's landing on your website and your landing pages. Now, I'm going to work on an article next. It's going to go through what I recommend in terms of how to design and build these landing pages. And I'm going to talk a lot about that content on the show as well too. So stay tuned for that.